Alright, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to another video here on the channel, and today I want to talk about Warzone 2 a little bit because obviously in just a few days from now we will be getting the official launch of Warzone 2.0, and it's supposed to be a major stepping stone for the Call of Duty franchise. You know, it's supposed to be one of these like big moments, right? Obviously everyone's supposed to be hyped up for this, we're supposed to be looking forward to this, and I kind of just want to take the time to talk about some things because obviously I feel like pretty much everyone has their reservations. Like if you've been in the Call of Duty community for long enough, you know that not everything that comes from the Infinity Ward team, from the Treyarch team, from the Sledgehammer team, from all these other studios that are involved in the Call of Duty projects, right? We know that they don't nail this down 100% of the time. And there's honestly just a lot to talk about. I mean, Warzone 2 is supposed to be a completely transformative experience compared to what they're now basically calling Warzone 1.0. And it's supposed to be different in some ways. And overall, I mean, we're supposed to expect something a little different. I mean, it's supposed to be somewhat similar, right? Obviously, it's supposed to be somewhat tried and true to the original formula that made the first Warzone so successful, but in this video, I kind of just want to go through and talk about, will Warzone 2 be successful? Because I feel like there's a lot of different things that can really affect the outcome, that can really affect whether or not Warzone 2 ends up being as successful as Activision hopes that it will be, and as we all kind of hope it'll be. I mean, I'm not one of these people. I don't want to see Warzone 2.0 fail. I don't want to see Call of Duty fail in general. More or less, I just want to see it do well. I want to see it be the best possible product, and I want to get the best Warzone that we can possibly get, right? So what exactly made the original Warzone game so successful in the first place? Well, obviously, it kind of came right place, right time. I mean, over the last few years, we've seen the rise of these Battle Royale games really kind of kicked off in 2017, 2018-ish with the whole Fortnite wave. Then, of course, we've had games like Apex Legends come along and also cement their place. But Warzone came at a perfect time, right? Like, if you don't remember the launch of Warzone, it came right in the beginning of the pandemic. The COVID-19 pandemic came along. Everybody was locked up. We were all in our houses and everything, right? Just kind of trying to outlast the virus or whatever. And Warzone came right at this time. So it came at a time where everyone basically had an opportunity to play. Now, well, with Warzone 2, they're not going to have that same chance, right? They don't have a pandemic to kind of play off of and get people to try the game for the first time off of. There has to be something else there. So they're not going to get the right place, right time. But they do have another opportunity to get what is kind of considered right place, right time. If you didn't know, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 is officially the largest and most successful launch in Call of Duty's history. It even broke the PlayStation Store's record for best sales on first day or whatever. Like, it's been doing phenomenally. This game's been selling amazingly. Most of the feedback that I've seen from people, people have their complaints with the game, but it seems like some people are actually enjoying this COD, at least a lot more than the last couple Call of Duties. I'm definitely one of those people. Did not enjoy Vanguard. Cold War I felt was unfinished, but could have been good. I really like Modern Warfare 2, so I think that this is, in a way, right place, right time, because, well, the Call of Duty franchise is going into this Call of Duty 2.0 mentality or whatever that they're doing now. So while they're ushering in a new era of the biggest gaming franchise out there, they have an opportunity to capitalize off that with the free-to-play Warzone 2.0. So, of course, they don't get the pandemic to play off of, but, well, they get the Call of Duty 2.0 launch to play off of, and the launch of Modern Warfare 2, which has, like I said, been very successful. Now, the next thing that's going to be very important to this is the gameplay. Now, the gameplay is probably not going to be that much far removed from what we saw in Warzone, maybe like a new map, of course, some new weapons because of Modern Warfare 2, things like this, but like with a lot of the gameplay mechanics and stuff, they're probably going to play pretty similar. I mean, the movement style in the new Modern Warfare is definitely different compared to some of the other Call of Duty games that we've seen in the last few years, so there will be some like minor differences. I mean, the movement will be a little different, the weapons will play a little different, the map will play a little different, right? But the gameplay has to be very good and very addictive. That's the thing about these Battle Royale games and these free-to-play games. There's so many of them to play, and if Warzone 2 wants to be successful, they have to get a gameplay loop that's going to keep people addicted. I need to have fun while I'm playing this game. Like, for me personally, I don't have to win every match, you know what I mean? I don't expect to win every match, but I definitely think the skill-based matchmaking needs to be properly tuned. The gunfights need to feel pretty good. Honestly, I like them in Modern Warfare 2, so I'm pretty optimistic, no pun intended, about that. It's gonna have to be something that I can personally play with my friends, right? As a big fan of the franchise, I don't want to run Warzone solos. I want to be able to play it with my friends. So if my friends enjoy it and I enjoy it, that's going to be huge. And a lot of that's going to really come down to the gunfights, to, you know, these basic mechanics that make the gameplay what it is. There's been a lot of talks about loadout drops. I don't know for sure if loadouts are coming coming to Warzone 2.0. I don't know if that's like a point of contention, but I know a lot of people don't like the loadouts inside of Warzone. Personally, I actually enjoy the loadouts in Warzone. I get that like a point of the battle royale is like, oh, you know, you gotta pick up loot off the ground and stuff, but I think what makes Warzone a little bit more unique compared to some of the other ones that are out there, you know, your Apex Legends or your Fortnites, you actually get a loadout, you know what I mean? It adds another layer to the game where you have to actually understand the attachments on your gun and you can actually create customizable classes to use in game. Personally, I find that stuff fun. I think that's going to be a good addition to Warzone 2.0 if they do go with it in this whole regard. But overall, that gunfight and the gunplay and stuff, it's going to have to be something that I enjoy. And it's going to have to be something that's just more fun than the competition. I mean, sure, you know, Warzone's going to be fine. Like, it'll have players. But if it wants to be successful and, like, genuinely compete against these other top-tier games, it's going to have to put some work in. Now, this might be the most important thing for me personally in terms of Warzone 2.0's successfulness. Right? And that really comes down to this one thing. Like 50 to 60% of all of this comes down to this one point right here. They have to find a way to stop the cheaters. If you've played Warzone, especially cross-platform, there's a very good chance you've run into a hacker. This is such a common problem in the community, and even after they've implemented the Ricochet anti-cheat onto Call of Duty and onto Warzone, there's still such a massive issue with cheaters in the game. Like, it's so insane, right? Like, I remember playing Warzone back in the day, and it felt like every single match that I played, we were running into hackers, dude. There were guys that were ADS you through the walls shooting, people sniping all the way across the map, one-shot headshots, like it was ridiculous. You'd have thought it was like a Unity game developed by an indie dev or something with how many people were cheating, but this is like a multi-million dollar franchise, you know what I mean? Like, this is a AAA title. It's up there with like all these other huge games. You know, Call of Duty's the best-selling game every year, right? Like, they gotta get the cheaters under control in Warzone 2, because if there's one thing that'll make me turn off of your game immediately, never play that shit again, it's if the gameplay's not fair. If there's gonna be people lasering you through walls, jumping corners, and fucking hip-firing 4 people to death without even blinking their eyes, no skill whatsoever, Cronus Max using pussies on the game, then that's gonna be one of those things that just makes me not want to play. And I feel like that's a major thing for a lot of people in the community. One of the biggest gripes that I ever heard about Warzone 1 was just by how many cheaters were in the game, and you know, like all these content creators are getting exposed and cheating and whatnot, and all these people on like the top of the leaderboards have been exposed for cheating all these different times, right? Like, it's just so ridiculous. They gotta do something about that. Now, to be fair, Call of Duty has been better, I think, about the cheaters since Ricochet came, but there's still so much work that needs to be done. And I get it, it's a free-to-play game, you know, they can't catch every cheater out there and everything, but dude, they gotta do something. They gotta fight this, because this is a legitimate issue, and it's one that I think, if it's a problem in Warzone 2.0, is gonna be one of those things that kills the game off fast. So, would love to see them put some work in and see if they can do something about that, but these are really my 3 main things. I mean, if it comes with that right place, right time mentality, it kind of like takes a little bit of a piggyback off of the momentum that Call of Duty has right now and really steps into its element like the original Warzone did. They've already obviously got a very good blueprint with Warzone 1. They kind of know what to do. I'm not here to doubt whether or not this game's going to be successful. It's definitely going to launch very well. I think it'll be successful long term, but these are 3 things for me personally that like the game's going to need to really hammer home. So with that being said though, thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're brand new around here on the channel, follow me over on Twitter and Twitch at SubToOptimus. Make sure to check out Shoptimus down below, and of course, until my next video here on Optimus Games, this is Optimus, well, talking about Warzone 2.0 and signing out.